Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for October 2019. For you this month, there's going to be a lot of solitude. Julia, what are your thoughts about Mercury's activity this month for Sagittarius?
Yeah. Well, hey, Sagittarius. So let's talk about Mercury. It's Mercury represents our thinking. It's how we communicate to others as well. And Mercury is going to be entering your 12th house on October 3rd, and that's the house of the unconscious. So what that means is that you might be getting information and messages from more ethereal places this month. Like, for example, you could be getting some aha moment or revelation from a dream. Another thing about Mercury when it traverses the 12th house is it tends to prefer to keep its communication a bit more private because the 12th house is a very secluded house. So you might be more inclined to keeping your thoughts to yourself instead of sharing them with the rest of the world. And your best thinking might actually be done more in private, or maybe you in your journal. Now, Mars is going to be entering your 11th house on October 3rd. And so Mars is entering the house of hopes, wishes, and dreams. So you might be applying yourself more to your long-range goals this month. You know, that's Mars is our drive, it's our ambition. So you might be thinking ahead 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, where you want to be and what it's going to take to get there. And Mars can also produce some conflict wherever it is in the zodiac. So you also might be getting into a few more arguments with friends too this month as well, because the 11th house is the house of groups. And thirdly, I'd like to mention that Venus is going to be entering your 12th house, that house of the unconscious, on October 8th. And Venus is really the planet of pleasure. So this month you actually might feel a lot more pleasure spending time by yourself and being out in the world with groups of people, or even, attached to your partner. So it's not the most social transit in the world. Venus also does rule money. So you also might feel like giving more money to charitable institutions and nonprofits, because that's also under the purview of the 12th house as well. And what else are you seeing this month, Jamie?
Well, there's a full moon coming on the 13th, and that is going to fall in Aries in your fifth house, opposite to the Sun in Libra in your 11th. And this is going to really sort of extend that axis of self versus group. And Moon in Aries in your fifth house is going to really supercharge your creativity, but it might also take you into some places of sort of I don't know, a complacent, comfortable self absorption. And your friends might have to push back against that. So finding balance with that, I think, is really good. What that means is that Mercury has started to slow down. It's getting ready to turn retrograde, which it's going to do on the 31st. And it's going to do that in your 12th house. So that turning inward stuff, that keeping thoughts to yourself stuff that Julia was talking about, yeah, that's going to really stretch into November as well. So then there is a new moon coming on the 27th. And before that even happens, there starts to be this gathering of planets in your 12th house. So that feeling of kind of wanting to retreat, to get away from it all, to pull inward, gets stronger as the month goes on. And here's that new moon. You might want to plan a little retreat time, a little, I don't know, soaking in a hot tub time, a little spa time, a little get away from it all kind of time. That would be really the right time for that towards the end of the month, maybe the 26th, 27th, 28th, around there somewhere. And then, as I mentioned, Mercury goes retrograde right there on the 31st. And it's Mercury retrograde is always a good time for cleaning out old closets, whether that's literally or metaphorically. And if you have Sun in Sagittarius, your birthday is on the way. So getting those old closets cleaned out before an influx of fresh new energy, it's pretty good timing, actually, if you ask me. So that's what we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Look for our horoscopes at pandoraastrology.com/horoscope. And also you can find them in our YouTube playlists on our channel, Pandora Astrology on YouTube. And you can always find the news of the month there as well. And we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.